Guys, I'm back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing this. No, not my fingers. I'm going to be reviewing this. So this is the Ultrahuman ring, and from my using it and testing it, initially I didn't know what to expect. I've never reviewed something this small before, nor have I ever reviewed a tech ring. But this really got me thinking about the future of just tech in general and also about the usage of smartwatches. But before I get into all that, just make sure if you haven't subscribed, it means a lot to me. Just subscribe and ring the bell just so you can stay tuned for more tech videos like this in the future. So when I initially got this, I was working with a company that manufactured this ring. They're very professional. You initially get the sizing kit, so you get to test which ring fits your fingers best. And I really like that. I appreciate that because initially I was confused. I was like, okay, you just guess too soon. Like, oh, your ring's gonna fit, or maybe it's like a stretch fabric type ring. But no, they send you a sizing kit first, and then once after that, you choose the size that is best for your fingers, send it back, and then it'll be shipped. Now, this was all a fast process. It really wasn't even like anything that was a bother for me or anything that I had to hassle, right? Sounds like it was work, but it really wasn't. I was blown away. I was surprised. And moving on beyond that, so once you actually do get the ring, right? Now, initially, you're gonna have to break it in because I had to like, like really shove my finger in there. But after a while, that takes some getting used to. The way I would describe this is if you're someone that wears glasses, if I do, or just anything in general, the first time you put them on, it always feels right, like very uncomfortable. I still remember the first time I put on my glasses, the feeling I got. But after a while, like it just becomes second nature. Like you don't even think about it. It doesn't even feel like it's an extension of your body. It just feels like it's part of you at that point. And that's what I'll say about tech rings, or at least this ring in general. In the beginning, just felt like, okay, I'm putting on a tech ring. I'm a reviewer, and this is what I'm going to be doing. But eventually, it just became like just natural. Like I just wake up and put it on. If like I'm going about and I don't have it, I do want to put it on, right? And the usage of this ring, so it does a couple things that I think are really cool, right? So it can measure your body surface temperature. And from my testing, it is really accurate. And the thing that they really hammer on is the fact that it's a really good sleep tracker. So it can tell you how many times you tossed and turned at night. I can tell you what type of sleep you had, if you had a great sleep. And it also has recommendations. Now, this is all part of the app, which is something I'm going to get into about having a tech ring as opposed to a smartwatch. And for my testing, it was very accurate. And it's a very seamless piece of tech. Like, you don't really need to like get any added plugins. You don't need anything extra. It's just like I'd say plug and play, as you'd say for computers. You just put it on your finger, and as long as the app is installed and everything is synced, you don't have to do much after that, which I think is totally awesome, right? Now, the thing that comes to mind when I think of smart rings or just the technology of rings in general is I compare them a little to smartwatches in that they have a step counter, right? They do a lot of things that smartwatches do, but this is without the display. So they're more dependent on the app. And the app for this one is, if you've been following my channel for a while, you always know that when it comes to apps, they either make or break the experience because they're part of the experience. So if the app sucks, your experience is not gonna be fun. It's gonna be lackluster or boring. And with this, I have to give credit to them because they did a great job of making the app very seamless and very smooth. So it adds to the experience. And not only that, but they also added some add-ons so that you can do like breathing exercises that you can find on the app and a couple of extra things that just make it really fun and really nice to use, right? Like so you don't forget that it actually is a smart ring. At some point, you're just gonna be putting it on, but then you'll just be leaving it on maybe just for a step counter, and then it kind of like goes at the back of your mind and you don't think about it. But I like the added features that they put on the app just to keep you a little more interested. And the thing that I was most worried about is, okay, I was thinking, okay, is this IPX7 water resistance? Is this IP68? Like, what's the water resistancy there, just so I don't mess it up. And this ring, okay, so I did a couple of tests. I definitely have washed my hands a ton with this. I've taken a shower with it, and it still works fine. Now, the good news is you can go up to like, I think they claim like 300 meters of water. So if you're like a professional diver, it'll still work. So you don't have to worry about getting the ring wet or putting it in water. It's still going to work fine, and I've done a lot. And even when I do put it underwater and then like check the stats, it still tracks fine. So there, I was like really happy to see that, because it really suck if you pay like a lot of money for this, which it's not cheap, right? And then it just gets damaged with water. So the water resistancy, I like the fact that it's extremely. It's not just waterproof. It's extremely resistant to water penetration at all levels. So the bottom line to this ring is it good enough to replace, say, a smartwatch, right? And I'm not going to say it is yet, but it definitely is a great competitor. And not only that, it's definitely an essential, at least for me, because like I wear it all the time, right? Like with my Apple smartwatch, sometimes I'll just leave it on, like if I'm bored, like if I'm tired, if I really am not doing anything. But this, like you just wake up and you just put it on. It becomes like a reflex, right? So it's not good enough to replace them yet, right? There's still some things there where it's like in the future, I'd like to see, like, for example, if you get like a notification, like the ring like buzzes or like flicks you or something like that, or if you're getting a call, like it, like you feel like small little like buzz in the ring, like as long as the technology progresses in that direction, then I see it being a real big competitor, or even like replacement for people that don't want smartwatches in the future. But at the moment, like it's a great competitor, and that doesn't mean that it doesn't do what it's intended to, or it doesn't achieve what it has to. It blew my mind away, at least from my using it. So it is a really good piece of tech. It's awesome. It's fun to use. If you think about getting one, I'd definitely recommend it. Like if you have money to spare, I don't know what your account looking like, but if you were looking to get one, I'd definitely recommend it. It's an awesome piece of tech. It's really great, and it was very accurate in all the metrics that I tested it on. But then again, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. I'm Redija, and I'm out.